I'm Brecken Thies for the Washington Examiner. We are joined by Jason Greer, president and founder of Greer Consulting, and Diane Canada from Lady Up America. Thank you guys both for speaking with us today.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Yeah. Thank you, Breck.
Thank you. Yeah, Diane, I want to start with you. Texas and Florida have both banned diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives in higher education. What are your thoughts on more states following suit and doing the same thing?
No, this is a very contentious issue, and I understand the sensitivities on both sides of this, Brecken, but I am for this to continue and for other states to follow suit, because I feel like we are a society that's based on drive and achieving the American dream and following our passion and all of that. And I think the idea of teaching someone that they are a victim turns them into their own oppressor. So I am for this.
Jason, you make your living as a DEI consultant, of course.
I did.
And as these states are banning your profession, how do you respond to people who are saying that, it's making money off of highlighting racial differences and it's very divisive and things like that?
I'll say you're absolutely correct. It is highlighting racial division. It is highlighting the fact that we have differences. To circle back to the point that Diane brought up, consider this. If you're teaching DE&I in schools and you're actually teaching kids about American history is replete with slavery, it's replete with torture, it's replete with the discrimination against people who are non-white. And I think to come from this perspective that in some shape or form, just because we're all American, that means that we're all equal is garbage. The reality is that I was a victim of cross burnings when I was 17 years old. You're talking 1991. And I was a victim of cross burning simply because my family decided to move into a community that said up front, we're American, we're Christian, yet we don't necessarily accept people who look like you, talk like you, and think like you, therefore you're not us. So I think we just have to come from this other perspective that diversity in itself is fueling a greater conversation. And the moment that we decide to limit that conversation is the moment that we really do get away from American values.
So Jason, just to follow up on that,
Sure.
Do you think that racism, I suppose, is inherent in America, or is it inherent in everyone, every person?
I think racism in itself is tribalism. And when we talk tribalism, I don't care if you're in Brazil, I don't care if you're in Iowa, Nashville, or Lancaster, Pennsylvania. I think that racism in itself is inherent throughout the world because our brains are geared towards tribalism. I don't think it's a uniquely American thing.